Hey guys, so coming at you again from the green room, and somebody asked me, they're like, if you're in a green room, why do you not put like a photoshopped background behind you? And I'm like, well, that wouldn't be keeping it very real, would it? I'm sure it would look nicer because the green might be a headache, but whatever. Earlier this week, I asked you what your 2020 goals are, and I'm gonna cover a couple of them that you guys sent in because I thought they were really great and they would be helpful to everyone. And so I have some tips and encouragement on how to help you reach those goals. First off, quick tip for my Starbucks lovers. You know I'm obsessed with my Starbucks tumblers. Valentine's Day tumblers and mugs come out on Monday. So hit your local Starbucks first thing Monday morning because you know they go quickly. But diving right into it. All right, number one, loved this one. This person's goal was to become fearless, which, pro tip, not a pro tip, I don't know why I say pro tip for you. I read this book last year called The 5-Second Rule, and it was life-changing for me. So if you're looking to step out of your comfort zone, to be fearless, to do things that you wouldn't normally do, I highly recommend reading The 5-Second Rule. It really helped me in regards to speaking on stage, doing things that just aren't like small talk. I hate small talk and I'm really bad at it. I feel like I get super awkward. But I use the 5-second rule and it has helped me tremendously. Next one, try to take a trip a month. I would love to take a trip a month. And I think some of us would discount something like this because you're like, I'm not rolling in the money, I can't do that. But for me personally, living in New Jersey, we are surrounded by so much. Philadelphia is like 15 minutes away. New York's a little over an hour north of us. The shore is about an hour east. Then you can go south, you can go to Atlantic City, you can go to Delaware, you can go to Baltimore. Like, there's so many places surrounding you that you can take day trips to as like a pseudo staycation, because technically you're not like flying somewhere. But challenge yourself to do something like that. Once a month for just the day, go somewhere. And if you don't have any money or anything like that, go to a local park and just enjoy the day. And that's free. There's so many free things that you can do to just get out of your environment for a day. So taking that trip a month, if you're balling out and you can go on vacation every month, good on you. I hope to be there someday. But if you're on a budget like I am, look to these local places that you can escape to, either by yourself, with your spouse, significant other, partner, whatever, or with your family, just for like a day to relax and unwind. Number 3, I'm pretty good at this, but I find myself when I'm working, I'm not good at it, to stop slouching. So I'm at a MacBook most of the time, and I constantly find myself slouching. My trick for this is I set reminders on my phone every hour to stop slouching. So an alarm will pop up, it'll say stop slouching, and then I automatically go. Pull your shoulders back, put your chest out, suck your navel in, pull that lower back in. Believe me, it's gonna help you significantly. I have decent posture because I took dance as a child. I think that's why. And Mike always compliments me on it. But to stop slouching, little tip, set reminders on your phone hourly so that as soon as it goes off, go like that. Very easy. Hike 500 miles, including the White Mountains. Now, I am a summer girl. I know nothing about hiking. I know nothing about mountains. And I'm sure you hike in the summer, but I automatically think winter. But whether your goal is hiking or exercising or whatever, first thing you have to do in order to hit that goal is you have to make a plan. And another thing that I've recently been doing that's been really helpful is to write down that plan. You make your goal, you write it down. You make the plan to hit that goal, you write it down. Break it down into steps, because there's some statistic out there that says you're like 40-something% more likely to hit that goal if you make a plan and write it down. The writing it down part is very key. Spread positivity. I'm all about this, and one thing that I do to really help spread positivity is I compliment someone every day. How good does it feel when you've gotten all dressed and ready? Obviously, I'm going for like homeless chic today because I was taking apart Christmas at the church. But when someone comes up to you and they're like, oh my God, I love your jacket. It's so cute. And you're like, thank you. Like, it just makes you feel better. It could be anything. I love your smile, or you're just such a great person. Some little small compliment pay one every day. Be intentional about it. If you need to set a reminder on your phone, do that, because it has a domino effect, not only within yourself, because if you're setting yourself up to compliment someone once a day, every day, after a while, you'll do it more than once a day, and you'll do it without triggers. It'll just become second nature. And when you compliment someone each day, it has the chain reaction of they pay it forward. You don't have to tell them to. It just naturally happens. I promise you, it does. There's no scientific evidence on that. It's just from what I found. Every time someone compliments me, I'm like, oh, that was so nice. That made me feel so good. I'm going to compliment someone else. So that is one easy way to spread positivity. Stop being the mediator. So this person was saying that they always tend to be the mediator in their family, and their family always comes to them with their problems, and it's draining on them. And I know this person, and it's draining on them, and this is not the person that you need to be draining. And I was listening to a podcast the other day. It was two of my favorite podcasters. I've talked about them before, Skinny Confidential and Ed Milet. And Ed Milet was talking about people in your life who are like draining, and then there's people in your life who are toxic. And this may sound harsh, but people that are in your life that are toxic, you need to remove them from your life. If they have you questioning 24/7 why you're, like, if you're good enough, and if you're this and if you're that, and you truly believe within yourself you're a good person, like you do the right thing at all times, then you need to remove those people from your life, because all they are doing is making you question yourself, and a lot of times it's because they're dealing with their own issues and they're doing it to make themselves feel better. But then you have your time-sucking people, the people that just drain the life out of you. And this may be harsh as well, but you need to slowly start removing the time that they take in your life. I'm not saying to cut them out completely, but you are in control of your time, and you're in control of who takes that time and fills that time and sucks that time. If you have someone constantly sucking your time, it wears on you. And I've learned this as I've gotten older. I'm 39 now, and you need to take care of your inner circle first. This is some great advice that my dad actually gave me. My goal in life right now is to take care of my husband, myself, and my children. They come first at all times. After that, then I go into the family outside of my core, the friends, in my case, our church, our leaders, stuff like that. It goes out from there, but you have to take care of yourself first. So for this person specifically, you need to take care of yourself and your husband first, and then you can leak out to the other people. But if you guys aren't being taken care of, and you have those family members that are constantly draining you, you're not going to be able to take care of that core, and that is the foundation. So it may sound harsh, but you need to limit your time that you have with those people, and the time that you allow them to suck out of you. And the last one is never ceasing to begin reading my Bible. That one I had to read a couple times, because I was like, never ceasing to begin, and it was early. And then I was like, okay, so what they're essentially saying is they want to read their Bible often, perhaps every day. And whether you're reading the Bible or any book, I make reading a part of my daily routine. So when I wake up in the morning, I wake up, I take the dog out, I get her food ready, I put the coffee on. Once the coffee's done, I sit down and I read a chapter of a book. I do it every day, whether the chapter's 5 pages or the chapter's 30 pages. I read one chapter a day. And with this year, what I've added as well is at night, when we sit down to watch TV or whatever, I read a chapter of a different book at night, because I'm currently reading Irresistible by Andy Stanley in the morning, and then I'm reading the F Factor Diet again at night, because I want to get that back in place. So 2 different books, 1 chapter in the morning, 1 chapter in the evening, and that way you can get through it. And when you're making it a part of your morning routine especially, there's no around that. Like, I find when I'm not on my morning routine, I'm just like, life is not good. I'm spiraling, nothing's going the way it should, because I need that routine in the morning to center me and focus me and take care of me first before I give my time to everybody else. And side note, if you have time to be watching this video right now, if you have time to be scrolling your Instagram feed, if you have time to be binging Netflix, you have the time to read 1 chapter of a book or your Bible or whatever it is every day. It's a choice that you make. And if you're making a promise to yourself that you're going to read every day, you need to keep that promise to yourself. It's very important. So at the end of the day, it's your choice what you fill your time with. And if that's a priority for you and you're not doing it, you need to look at what you're actually prioritizing over it. Side note on that, this is something my husband and I have been dealing with, or not dealing with, but talking about lately, especially when it comes to our staff. Yes, it's very important to read your Bible and get in the Word and get to know the story of Jesus, etc. However, it is very often that we spend so much time reading the Bible that we forget to spend time with people. And I'm going to even go further with that, because a lot of times we spend time with people within the church bubble. We need to step outside of that, and we need to spend time with people outside of church that don't go to church, that's not in your church community. Because people will be like, I spend time with people outside of church all the time. No, you mean like you spend time with church people physically outside of church. You need to spend time with people that don't go to church, because number one, when you're in the church bubble, you really don't know what's going on around you in the world. Number two, you're not going to be able to reach people if you don't know what's going around in the world around you. So, as much as we want to be in the Word, we also want to get out and be with people. So, something that Mike and I are going to be challenging our staff to every month. Once a month, we're going to do a staff hangout, and then the next month, we're going to do a staff get out, where the staff has to go hang out with people that are not in any church, so that they know people and they can get into a relationship with people and let God do the rest. So that is my encouragement for this week. I'm going to be doing this every week. So when you do see in my stories that I'm putting in a little box asking a question, be sure to answer it, and I will be sure to cover it with you every week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think, and have a great weekend.